Have you looked outside lately? Across the entire United States, from the deep south all the way to the northeast, an incredibly powerful winter weather system has taken hold, affecting millions of people. This isn't just your average cold snap. We're talking about one of the most extensive and intense winter storms in years, bringing freezing temperatures, massive amounts of snow, and dangerous ice accumulation. So, what's really going on? At the heart of this chaos is a weather system named Winter Storm Fern. It formed around January 22nd and has been marching eastward, blanketing the central U.S. and now the Northeast. This storm is a triple threat, delivering heavy snow, sleet, and freezing rain across huge regions. We've seen record-breaking snowfall in some places and dangerously cold conditions just about everywhere. The sheer scale of this event is staggering. In parts of New England and the interior Northeast, snowfall has piled up over 50 centimeters. That's almost 20 inches. Meanwhile, southern and central states are dealing with a different kind of nightmare: heavy ice and freezing rain. This creates a treacherous glaze on roads and infrastructure, making everything incredibly hazardous. The impacts of these widespread freezing conditions are massive and are being felt by everyone. First, let's talk about power. More than 1 million homes and businesses across multiple states have lost electricity. The weight of the ice is snapping power lines and tree branches, and the heavy snow is making it extremely difficult for crews to get out there and make repairs. Imagine being without heat in these temperatures. Then there's travel. It's been a complete nightmare. Tens of thousands of flights have been canceled or delayed nationwide. Major hubs like New York, Washington, D.C., and Chicago have been crippled, leading to one of the worst periods of air travel disruption since the pandemic began. And it's not just the air. The roads are just as bad, if not worse. The freezing rain has turned highways into skating rinks, especially in the South, Midwest, and Northeast. Even in areas that usually have mild winters, emergency rooms are reporting a spike in traffic accidents, and authorities are begging people to stay home and avoid any non-essential travel. Tragically, this extreme weather has also led to loss of life. Dozens of weather-related deaths have been reported. These are due to a range of causes, from hypothermia and traffic crashes on icy roads to even sledding accidents. It's a stark reminder of how serious this situation is. So, why is this happening? What's the science behind this deep freeze? It's all about a combination of atmospheric patterns. A huge mass of Arctic air, associated with the weakened and disrupted polar vortex, has plunged southward. Think of it like a dam breaking, allowing a river of frigid air to flow deep into the continental United States. This is why we're seeing temperatures well below the typical winter averages, even in regions that aren't used to such prolonged cold. We're talking about wind chill values that make it feel like minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit, or even colder in some northern spots. Even if the actual air temperature is a bit higher, the wind makes it feel dangerously cold. One of the key reasons this storm is causing so much disruption is that it's not just one thing. It's a combination of multiple hazards all happening at once: the heavy snow, the freezing rain, the ice accumulation, and the extreme cold air. Ice is particularly dangerous. Even a thin layer can break tree branches, snap power lines, and make pavement impossibly slick. Heavier accumulations can even cause roofs to collapse under the weight. It's a cascading failure of infrastructure just waiting to happen. Now, you might be wondering, what about climate change? Does it play a role here? While linking any single weather event directly to climate change requires careful study, scientists do know that this pattern of Arctic air reaching far south and these massive winter storms expanding over thousands of miles is consistent with what we expect to see. Broader climate variability patterns, influenced by long-term warming in the Arctic, can affect the jet stream and the polar vortex. Basically, shifts in the Arctic can send ripples southward, making our winter weather systems more erratic and sometimes more intense. In the meantime, the response on the ground is in full swing. Emergency services across the country are dealing with a crisis on multiple fronts. They're trying to manage extended power outages, set up shelters for vulnerable populations, and navigate the chaos of travel disruptions. They're also working hard on public safety communications, spreading the word about the serious risks of frostbite and hypothermia. The National Weather Service is continuously issuing warnings and advisories as the storm system slowly moves eastward and the cold air sticks around. Officials are emphasizing one thing above all else: preparation. Be cautious on the roads, check on your neighbors, and support the communities that have been left out in the cold. So, what does this all mean? This historic winter storm is a powerful reminder of what happens when several major forces of nature combine. You have the Arctic cold air masses pushing down from the north, you have moisture being pulled up from the Gulf of Mexico and the Atlantic Ocean, you have complex atmospheric dynamics, like shifts in the jet stream, and you have these long-lasting frontal boundaries that just won't move. The result isn't just a single day of snow, it's a multi-day freezing event that strains our infrastructure, paralyzes travel, and puts lives at risk. It shows us just how vulnerable we can be to the power of nature. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay warm, and please heed the advice of your local officials. If you found this explanation helpful, consider subscribing for more deep dives into the weather and science that shape our world. We'll see you next time.